This is an incredibly exciting and proud moment for Boston Prep. We began this year, just a couple of weeks ago, our 15th year of operation in what is our permanent home. And if you know Boston Prep, you know our ambitions are high, and we constantly set our eyes on excellence. To date, since seniors started graduating in 2011, 100% of our students have been accepted to four-year college, 99% have matriculated, and 80% are on the path to graduation or have graduated. Our students are outperforming their peers on state and local exams. They are winning in off the court and in the art classroom. They are student leaders. They are the future of the city of Boston. And while these outcomes are, in fact, excellent, we know that we need to improve every day if we are to deliver on our mission for all students. And so we ask, how can we improve? And sometimes that means in access, and that means having more seats available. We started a school of 400. Today, we're a school of 537 students, growing to 700. Sometimes it means adding classes so that students have what they need to be the thoughtful participants in future jobs and careers. And in some instances, it sometimes means you need a facility, one that is aligned with your college preparatory ambitions. We needed science labs, we needed art rooms, we needed a gym, a library, integrated technology, places where teachers and students could collaborate. And as many of you know, getting here to today has been quite a journey. Our founder, Scott McHugh, liked to say it was a boulevard of broken dreams to get here. For me, a 6-year moment, and it's only through the generosity of so many of you that we're here. To date, we've raised over $11 million in capital funding to cover the cost of this building, and our team, is so grateful to each and every one of you. Finally, what I love most about this building is not the beautiful floor-to-ceiling glass windows. It's not the phoenix in the gymnasium. It's not the quotes that adorn the walls. It's the way that this building creates community, a place for our alumni to come back on college breaks and to continue to discuss their career options with us, a place for students and families to cheer each other on, whether it's in the musical or on the sports field, in our new gym, or to see teachers sitting in rooms talking about how can we be better and do better. This place is a home for a tremendous community. And I hope that as you walk through the halls today, you too feel that this is your school home, because each and every one of you is Boston Prep. It is my pleasure to introduce our athletic director and PE teacher, Coach Eric Tabb.
Thank you, Sharon. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Eric Tabb, and I'm the athletic director here at Boston Prep. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate with us. We really appreciate it. When I thought about what I wanted to say today, first thing came easily to mind. I don't have to haul everyone to the Muni anymore. I taught PE classes in our old building where the kids would change in the bathroom, walk several blocks over to the Hyde Park Municipal Building just to get 20 minutes of fitness time, maybe, before turning around and trooping all the way back to school. Here in our new space, we can provide instruction for the full hour of class time. So it's a huge advantage for me as a teacher and the students as well. And there are many more advantages. Having a physical home for our teams to practice in, to host other schools, to develop school pride and a program for athletics, not just a loose collection of teams. This new school passes the look test, not just in athletics, but across the academic disciplines and the facilities that are needed to get students ready for college. Parents see that. The students definitely see that. And I know my amazing colleagues see and feel it too. In my work as an educator, I've been guided by the saying, be who you needed when you were younger. You may recognize this quote from the work of Brad Montague, the creator of Kid President, or from its origins and writings of Aisha Siddiqui. When I was younger, I didn't have that positive role model to guide me. I didn't have the outlets and opportunities to grow. I didn't have many educators that looked and talked like me when I was in school. Here at Boston Prep, we give them the freedom to try many different things, pushing them to become their own person. We try to provide students with many different opportunities. We give them the space to make mistakes with hopes that next time they'll make a better choice. In the years of middle and high school is usually when you find out who you are. And I want to be one of the people among our amazing staff that help shape our students to come into their own. But back to this idea of being who you needed when you were younger. It's important to me and to our school to know the students well and to find ways to connect, especially when it's a difficult thing to do. Sometimes kids come to school with a lot on their minds or bearing a lot of responsibilities before even walking through the door. Building those relationships is so important in order to get through to the exciting opportunities. Opportunities in athletics, opportunities in science and engineering through our new Phoenix Design Center, opportunities in art, opportunities in college. In this way, our school is providing what our students need and deserve. We are being an organization who the students need now. And as we grow now to serve more students, we're able to provide opportunities for more kids. It's an exciting time to be a part of this. And we thank you all for contributing to the success of our students and of this school. Thank you. Now please join me in welcoming a tremendous student, 11th grader, Karayan Adiji Kosa, to the podium.
Hi, my name is Karayan Adiji Kosa. I am currently a junior here at Boston Prep, and I am one of 3 children in my family that have been through Boston Prep. My brother attended Boston Prep in the 8th grade when we moved to the United States from Ghana in 2012, and he graduated in 2017 to Bucknell University through the Posse Foundation. My sister attended Boston Renaissance when she started K2 and is currently enrolled in 6th grade here at Boston Prep. I started off 5th grade in an all-girls Catholic school, Mother Caroline Academy, and joined my brother here at Boston Prep in the 6th grade. My journey here at Boston Prep started with this home visit in 2013. I came home from school and there was this huge man sitting on my couch, apparently waiting for me. He got up and gave me the firmest handshake and introduced himself. Hi, Carrie Ann. I gave him a look. That's not my name. I'm Mr. Blitzer and I teach your brother. He's a really great student. I didn't know what to think about this. Like, this had nothing to do with me. I was so confused what this was. He sat me down, asked me what I like to do, my favorite subject, and such. By the end of this, he asked to take a picture of me to put name to face. I was not ready to take a picture. I was in my gym uniform, not picture ready. When he left, I had learned that I'll be joining my brother here at Boston Prep. I didn't know how to feel about this because it meant making new friends all over again and adjusting all over again. It had already been a big adjustment switching from the British new school system to be changing to a new school system under the American school system. Another adjustment was changing from an all-girls Catholic school to Boston Prep, a charter school. Nonetheless, in the fall of 2013, I enrolled as a 6th grader at Boston Prep. Throughout the middle school, I was really shy, didn't say much. With help from teachers like Ms. Gentili, Ms. Patterson, Ms. Torrey, Ms. Duran, Mr. Harvey, and Mr. Blitzer, I began to blossom. I began to see that intensive home visit be a representative of the support system at Boston Prep. Teachers are always there when you need them and make themselves available for you, any and everything. Without Boston Prep, I could say that I'm not the student I am today. I've learned to advocate for myself, I have adjusted to American English, and I have developed some big goals. I remember having college prep classes here at 6th grade and having college tours throughout the middle school. Giving us a head start to think about college was helpful because in the 8th grade, I learned that I would love to go to Dartmouth College on our first visit. It's crazy to think that 5 years later, I'm here really thinking about applying to college, Dartmouth College next year. My sister is now in my shoes. My sister is now in my shoes, and she might not understand why. Boston Prep does things like strict uniform, black or brown belt, black or brown shoes, but I know it will pay off in the near future. This expansion for a school means a lot to my family. It means more students getting the opportunity I and my siblings had. So thank you to our community and to the people who have been there since day one, and to the new supporters as well. Thank you for being here to celebrate this accomplishment. And now I have the distinct pleasure of inviting our keynote speaker to the podium, Mr. Mayor of Boston, Mr. J. Walsh.
Thank you, Karayan. That was awesome. And Karayan represents, in my opinion, the American dream, who's an immigrant who came to this country. And she introduced me as the keynote speaker, but I think she's really the keynote speaker today. And she did an amazing job, so congratulations. To all the students here, will all the students from this great school raise your hands? Keep your hands up. To all the alumni at the school, would you raise your hand? Alums? To all the family at the school, raise your hands. Teachers and faculty, board members, elected officials. This is an exciting day. I want to share in congratulations. Eric, you don't have to go to the Muni anymore. If you get a chance, go in the gym. Not only do they have a beautiful gym and the ability to do so much in there with the young people, they also have a beautiful seating section in there. So you're going to see it when you walk around and check it out. And that's important today for our young people to make sure. And also, when you go in, just kind of take a peek up at the wall. And I think since 2012 to 2018, they've won a championship in something. I've seen the banner up there, so congratulations. Tamara and the entire board, thank you. I'm a former board member of Neighborhood House Charter School. I was a founding board member, and our path was very similar to this path, that we started off in a couple classrooms, and then we went to St. Mark's, which was an old convent, and then they're in a beautiful school like we are today, and there's an opportunity to grow like this school is growing, and the opportunity to give young people an education. And what's important is, and I say this all the time, the test scores are important, but what's important is when you see the numbers of 90+% getting accepted to college, 80+% graduating, that 20% that went to college and didn't graduate, they're not gone yet. I know that there's a plan to make sure they graduate. I'm one of those late bloomers when it comes to college. I was in my 40s when I graduated college, so it's important to understand that. I want to thank the elected officials that are here. They're standing here today not because that they're here to open a new school. They're here today because they support charter schools, and they support this school, and they support all education for our kids. That's why they're here today. You know, when I was a state rep, we had that opportunity to make sure that the funding was there, and work to make sure the support was there, that we don't be divisive and say, well, this is a charter school over here, and this is a public school over here, and this is a private school and a Catholic school over here. That's not how young people learn. Young people learn by different experiences, and some of the kids that are behind us, as you heard, come from Catholic schools, some come from private schools, some come from parochial schools, some come from public school. And that's what we should focus on in the future. The future is not about how our young people get educated. The future is about making sure that they're on pathways to success, and that's what's happening right here at this school. one of the things, I talk about neighborhood a lot, sorry, because I was a board member there, but one of the first places I got invited to when I became mayor of Boston is to speak at Boston Prep's annual Toast, celebrating the 10-year anniversary. I remember back then the incredible sense of excitement and the talk of the next step of this great school and the legacy of this great school, and the students, all the students that are here. The reason why I asked you to raise your hand is because you're standing on the shoulders of the alum who came here when they didn't have this school here, and they were learning in smaller classrooms, and we're talking about the art class earlier. Your art room here, the first thing I walked in, I noticed the light through the window, and to have a real good art room, you need to have great light, and there's great light in the art room, which I think is in the corner here, and it's different from the cart you had that was pushed around the old place. You know, go in the Muni building, walking down the street to go to a gym, whether it's play basketball, volleyball, or just get exercise. Now you're walking down the hallway to that. You're standing on the shoulders of the alum and the parents of the alum that took a chance on an idea. Most of the alums that are here today, when you were the first students of charter schools, and it was an idea. And that idea was going to see, it wasn't meant to be competitive, it was meant to be a laboratory of learning, a laboratory so other schools could learn on that. And that success has paid off. This is an incredible milestone here. The optimism, the hope, the excitement only grows. One thing that always strikes me about Boston Prep is the students represent the diversity and the promise of Boston's youth. Each person brings a unique perspective to the table. Many of the people have overcome, many of the students have overcome challenges. And what I mean by those challenges, some are immigrants that came from a different country. Some have come from neighborhoods that always have this label of being a tough neighborhood and trying to make sure you move forward. Some have come with challenges, their own learning challenges, and I know myself, speaking for myself personally, that if they did an assessment of me probably in 4th or 5th grade, they would have found out that I had ADD, ADHD, and all kinds of other things going on, but they didn't study back then. But today, the kids overcome that, and they bring those challenges to the school so that the young people can perform at the highest level of excellence, and knowing that no matter what you're faced with in front of you, you can be successful and you can become whatever you want. The motto here at this school is one mission, one team, one school. Think about that for a minute. Today, especially today, in the culture of our city, of our state, of our country, we don't always think of one mission, we don't always think of one team, and we certainly don't always think of one school. We kind of think of me, I, and individuals. The motto of this school is one mission, one team, and one school. And what that does, it lifts everyone up. And as everyone gets lifted up, it gives young people the opportunity to be as successful as they want to be. The same belief in brotherhood and sisterhood is the reason why Boston is strong, and we need to continue to take the motto here and go across our city and talk about that. And go across our state and go across our country and talk about that. We believe that when we rise up, we only rise up when we rise together, and it's important for us to continue that. We look out for one another, and we know that that is what is happening here, and that's what we have to make sure that happens in all of our schools in our city. Boston Prep represents another Boston value, resilience. For years, this facility was just a dream. It was a hope. It was a hope by the administrators and the board members and the parents and the kids going to school. But you still gave your students the opportunity they needed to excel in academics, in sports, and in arts, and in life. You've become one of the top performers in Massachusetts. And there's no limit to how high this school can soar. And there's no limit to understanding how much this school can help and teach other schools so we can learn from each other and work together to move forward. This school unlocks incredible potential for students. These young people have the fully equipped science labs, a design center, integrated technology in every single classroom. What does that mean? That means that all of these companies that are moving to our city, we talk about every day. We hear about GE, we hear talk about Vertec, we talk about tech startups, we talk about medical facilities. All of these different institutions are looking for what's being taught at this school for the qualities of the young people that are going on to college. This school is beautiful, it's nurturing, and it allows students to receive the individualized supports that they need. I know how important this community is. I saw it firsthand as we walked around here today. There's a parent here today. I won't embarrass her, but her daughter graduated the school last year, and she's at college right now. And she got her homework for the first week of school, which was just finished. And she said to her mother, and probably her dad, and I'm not going to tell you her dad, but he might be wearing something that's probably promoting the school. And she said, I'm prepared for 2 weeks from now in my classwork. What this school has done for that young woman is advance her so when she goes to college, she's taking what she learned here at this school and bringing it to the school that she's in today and showing that school in a different state what we do here in Boston, in particular what happens here at Boston Prep. So I want to congratulate you guys. I just want to say this to end. We owe it to our young people to provide them with unlimited opportunities. We owe it to our young people that when I go into a 5th grade class and I ask the young people what they want to do, they raise their hand and they say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. For some reason, a lot of people want to be FBI agent. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a mayor. I want to be a president. We need to make sure that when they have those dreams in 5th grade, that they have the dreams. It's our responsibility to prepare them, that puts them in a situation that when they want to go for that dream, that they're able to do that dream. That's what this school behind me does today. That's what the parents that are here today with us do. That's what the alumni have done. So my message is very clear to all the Boston Prep. Who's Boston Prep right now in this school? I want you to think about what you want to do when you grow up. And whatever it is that you want to do, you can accomplish that if you just do a couple of things. Go to school every day, listen to your teachers, ask the questions that you don't have an answer to, don't be afraid to dream, and don't be afraid to make mistakes along the way, because it'll make you stronger and better. Congratulations to the entire community here today. I don't know if I'm introducing anybody. I guess I'm introducing. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the person who chairs this board, which means the person responsible for raising all the money to build this school, Tamara Olson.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor. I'm Tamara Olson, the chair of the Boston Prep Board. Thank you for the introduction. I'd like to say that the fundraising was a massive team effort, certainly played a small role, but would also like to acknowledge Bill Clark, who preceded me as board chair and has done amazing work to really make this building a reality. So this beautiful building behind me is home to a community. It's a community of families, students, faculty, alumni, and more. It's a community whose success relies on every member of the group contributing. Again, one team, we have one mission, one team. And I'd like to represent members of that community to join me behind this ribbon. First, representing our community and elected leaders, Mayor Marty Walsh. Representing Boston Prep students, Karayan Ajay Akosa. Representing Boston Prep alumni, a member of the founding class of students, Donovan Birch. Yay, that's awesome. Representing our fantastic teachers and faculty, Executive Director Sharon Lazanke and Athletic Director Eric Tabb. Representing the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, Senior Associate Commissioner for Educational Options, Cliff Chuang. Thank you. Joining me to represent the Boston Prep Board of Trustees, Amelia Cheers. Thank you, Amelia. Representing the Preparatory Foundation, Bill Clark. representing the Boston Prep families, Jen Walter, Mona Fuller, and finally, representing the project team who saw through each detail of the construction, was up late nights, and was there down to the wire to make sure that we got the permit to occupy the school, Graham Vanderzanden and Tyler Martin.
All right, on three. 3, 2, 1.